Hi, this is Jeremy Katz for ogilvydo. We're here with Melissa Parish, who's the Principal Analyst and Research Director of Forrester Research. We're here to talk about wearable computing. Melissa's also just come off the panel that talked about wearable computing at Verge 2013, and she's here to give us a little bit of additional insight about some of the factors that make some people uncomfortable with the notion of having a sensor or a computer somewhere in very close proximity to their body. So you had said something really interesting up there when you were talking about Google Glass and how you had seen in the data that there was a resistance that increased proportionate to the closeness the sensor was to your body. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what you think animates that?
Sure. So our data at Forrester shows that almost 30% of consumers are pretty cool with the notion of a wearable, a sensor-laden device, even created by a brand, that would be hooked onto your clothes or worn on your wrist. But only about 12% are comfortable with the notion of glasses. And then when you think about things like contact lenses, it gets down into the single digits. So there does seem to be a correlation between something close to your body prompting more resistance currently. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of things are driving that. There's the fashion aspect. Mm-hmm. I frequently say that if I could embed something in the glasses that I've already chosen, then I just don't see any kind of problem with that at all. There's a vanity factor. But I think it's also the idea that consumers really want to understand exactly what that device would be for before they make that kind of commitments. Mm-hmm. Your face is how you present yourself to the world, so I really need to understand why I need this device, what would be driving my usage of the device before I commit to actually putting something on my face.
Who do we trust in this marketplace? Do we put our trust in the device manufacturers and trust in the brands? Do we put the trust into the social networks? Or do we maintain ownership of this data ourselves and full control over it?
Yeah. So at Forrester, we feel very strongly that this idea of personal data management becomes the primary source. But a lot's going to have to happen for that to be mainstream. People are going to have to understand what data is being collected, and then they're going to have to want to take responsibility. And we see that happening more and more. So we do think that would be the primary place you put your trust in yourself. But we also think there's something else that's happening, which is this notion of trusted agents. So brands that will become the mediators, brands that you will choose, that I will choose, brands that may be specific to this cause to mediate our data, or brands that we just have a personal relationship. And what we'll do is we'll say, okay, this is our data, we understand our data, and we are giving it to Amazon to mediate our branded relationships. And then we will say, because we have put our trust in Amazon, for example, okay, Amazon, tell me, based on everything you know about me, which airline should I book? Which hotel should I stay at? Well beyond the kinds of services they typically offer. So I think it's twofold.
That's fascinating.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate your coming to Verge this week and to taking the time after the session to come talk to us here at ogilvydo.
Yeah, so thanks so much.
Melissa Parish of Forrester Research. Thanks so much.